I know which house they're coming from, because they just like to
But
say random.
don't ever hit a tree. That's almost as bad as a deer, okay? I can speak from experience.
They go right, they
Could,
go
you
right
could
in your
not
grill.
break,
They go right in your grill when you hit a turkey, I've done
Yep.
that too.
just want to lighten the mood so we can
So
get back on track here.
5CE, what are we taking?
I would take those out.
And then we're gonna take the urinate portion and clarify that if a dog defecates on,
Can you put habitually : chase, run us alongside, or bark at motor vehicles, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That would cover everything. Habitually :
So it's not just a one-time run alongside, right? One time.
And can you also specify who's grandfathered out of having to abide by this? Or are there only parts that they don't have to abide by?
that'll probably be, we're doing a separate law for kennels, again, we're
Not just
hoping.
kennels, I mean all of this.
Well, no, but the exemptions are gonna be set out in that, because that's really the only exemption that there's gonna be is the special, or to consider as the special use permit
Okay,
for kennels, and
that
that,
would be the only exemption?
So section 5C.
I
And
mean,
change that,
yeah.
get rid of urinate and put defecate and not clean up.
eliminate urinate, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got notes on that?
And going forward in these meetings, please be posted on the town website.
It is on the website, did we show you?
It is, I don't see it on the website, on the Bennington website.
You know,
I
it's
did
a
not
little,
see
it is a
this
little
meeting.
confusing because it's under the zoning board of appeals.
Well, then it should be
It's
right
right
on
on
the
the
main
page
events.
Well, if you read the whole front page, it's right there.
I'm right on the
I
front
know
page.
it
He does the
makes
Facebook
changes
page
to the
though.
Looking right
website.
at it.
Well, I know they have it, but like they don't
Oh, they
post
have
on
it.
like the Facebook page because like,
Yeah,
I personally like younger check Facebook more than a web page. So like, is there someone who could like update that? I know like you do yours, but I'm just saying like the town of Bennington, even for like garbage pickup, like just be like, hey, holiday, day later, like.
Call my wife.
I did not. No, I did not.
In a calendar?
I did not.
The problem is my Facebook knowledge is like this bad. So yes, I would love the
But,
town to come up with
well,
somebody.
like the town of Bennington has a Facebook page, but it's never updated with anything. So I'm just saying like, no. No, so I'm just saying like, just for stuff, like, because that's where I look more than a web page.
You'd volunteer to do it, would
So,
you?
I will, absolutely I would.
You have a volunteer right there.
But I will
That's
absolutely do
volunteer?
it. Yes. I send them to the other people. Oh, if this has kids in it, I'm out, because they're always at the other people's houses.
So
At the end of the meeting, can you just give Ellen your information?
Yeah,
And we'll get-
absolutely.
And we'll make sure that, because also, one of the other ways to get information out is Joanne emails. She has a mass email, right? And she mass emails every notice. So the more people that want to give their email address, the more people can get stuff. Because I think she used most of her list she got from when people registered their dogs. So anybody that wants to get on it can get on it. And that's another thing, I think more people, the more the better.
Changing 5C, 5D.
So I want to ask, no dog that has been deemed dangerous by a court of competent jurisdiction in the state of New York may be brought to the town limits by any person, non-for-profit corporation, or animal rescue shelter. In the case of Against All Odds, we have our lovely Bandit. Bandit is deemed a dangerous dog. He's been on the property for 2.5 years. There has been 0 incidences. Where does that play in the scheme of all of this?
I believe he'd be grandfathered in.
Yeah, it's not retroactive, it would only be going,
Okay,
any
just
dogs
wanted
that
to
are already
make
there
sure.
are there.
We have no record that he's a dangerous dog
Okay.
on the property, because we had no paperwork on it.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
I've met him, he's a nice dog.
Isn't he great? He's so fluffy.
He's very pretty.
Yeah.
So I've got changes to 5C, 5E, what else was that in? Taylor, did you have any other notes on?
I just want to clarify, and I'm sorry, you mentioned it before. So the enclosure, we don't need to have a special, we don't have to have a separate enclosure for the two groups. Just an enclosure definition for a normal dog and an enclosure for a dangerous dog.
No, I think the enclosure, the definition is fine. We've taken the practical purpose out of it when we took that second sentence out of 5J.
Right.
But if a judge does declare a dog dangerous and wants to order permanent confinement, you want to have an enclosure defined.
Okay.
And I think that one of the things that may change if the new agriculture and markets law gets adopted may affect the requirements for enclosures, so that's just something for us to keep our eye on internally.
Gotcha. And then on section 8, the first paragraph, we listed the fees.
These are the county limits.
Correct.
Yeah.
Should we put a section in there? My concern is, we have this fee, it's $20, they end up going to the county, and the county changes the price, now it's 25, and, you know, when this law gets older.
It does say all fees are subject to change by the Wyoming County
Right,
Animal
okay,
Shelter.
perfect.
So, but I think what you're saying is, if it gets revised, it doesn't get revised in here. So should we
take them
just
out?
refer to what their fees are? And not have the amounts in there?
I mean, I think the reason we put that in there was more just to kind of let everyone know. But yeah, I mean, if the board's more comfortable just saying that fees shall be paid as set forth and subject to change from time to time by the Wyoming County Animal Shelter, that's,
Or put in there, these are the fees as of 2025.
yeah, as of the date of adoption.
Mhm.
So I have a quick question. Say I get a puppy. How many of y'all ever had a puppy? Yep. I had one. I have a yellow lab, my Apollo. I love my yellow lab to pieces. When I had him, when he was a puppy, the howling, the crying, because I was trying to crate train him at night, I mean, I was up, I wanted to kill him myself.
That's kind of cruel.
But it's totally cruel and inhumane, I get it. But let me tell you, with this new law, I am completely and totally, utterly screwed. I'm screwed. I can't get a puppy now because, yeah, because if he's crying for hours because he doesn't want to be crate trained, but this is part of it and this is what you gotta do to crate train your puppy, I'm screwed according to these laws. I have neighbors that hate me, right?
Again, that's gonna be, first thing is first is somebody would have to complain, and then Justa would probably come and sit, and she'd come and have a discussion with you, again.
I just think there's gotta be
The reality
something
of the
else.
situation is, she's not gonna be the dog control officer for forever.
I know, and then somebody else is, and what if that
But what
person
if they're not
is
as
a jerk?
good? I mean,
That's what I'm saying, you might have a good dog control officer now, but then later on down the line, he may not be so nice to me and my puppy.
again, I almost wanna think of this as parameters, I mean, again,
But this
to
does,
the extent that we can be good neighbors with each other here and, you know, talk, these things are in place for circumstances when there is no civil remedy.
There you go.
I certainly, and again, I don't think that the town board intends that everybody, you know, everybody's dog who barks for 10 minutes at night is gonna get a ticket. I certainly don't think that that's the intent. I don't think that that's what anybody in the public wants.
well, if that's the case, then it should not be in a drafted order. If that's not what the public wants, like you said, then we should not have it in an order like this.
Sorry.
But what's the alternative? The alternative
The
is not
alternative,
having it
there
at all.
there are other places that don't have these things and they work it out, they figure it out.
Most towns in New York State have some type of dog law. How many towns have you lived in? Have you checked into other town laws?
I have actually, yes.
Most of them have dog laws in effect.
They have noise ordinances. They don't have
Which would
this
include
stuff.
dog parking.
Not necessarily.
Just a comment, I think that this came about primarily because of safety. My question is how much money is this costing, and why can't that go towards our own safe roads?
Why can't one?
This isn't costing
Go towards the
anything.
roads.
They have attorneys, it does cost something.
She wants it to go
Oh,
towards
the
our safe
amount,
roads
yeah.
instead of doing this.
The amount of money that's spent on developing this law, will patch the potholes.
Please patch the potholes, they're dangerous.
Yeah.
Our road's terrible.
Yeah.
There's plenty of roads that are terrible.
But do we do that with every law then? We don't do any other laws anymore, we just do
I'm
roads?
just saying, I think that this came about because of safety, and I think our roads are very unsafe. We have our own problem. Maybe this money would have been better spent. I'm just voicing a concern. Are you,
No,
by
I
the way, what
appreciate
is your
that,
name?
but-
I'm sorry.
My name is Mike George.
Oh, you are Mike George, okay. I seen a sign that said to vote for Mike George because character matters.
Yeah.
You've not been very nice. Every question I
I'm
ask you
sorry.
seems to be rather rude.
Well, I apologize if I offended you.
Thank you.
Just want to throw something out there. If we read every law in New York State and the federal government, line by line by line by line, 99.9% of them don't actually get enforced, except for certain things. So if we're going through this dog law line by line, which there are some very key things here, and I do understand that, but we can't live in the what ifs, might be's, or should be's. Let's take what the law is, and there's a guide with it. You're on a 4-lane highway, you're not on a 1-lane road. So because the law says this, whether somebody determines to enforce it or not, or if it actually pertains in that circumstance, that's a different thing.
So we don't hammer this out and shit goes to court. And then we're all like, oh, well, too bad. We're leaving it up to, happenstance here. We're just gonna wing it.
Yeah, I'm gonna
That
get
makes no
$1,500 fines because my neighbor doesn't like me and whatever the case may be. Because now we have a dog ordinance in here.
I also think a lot of us are ripping this apart because we don't want it. We just don't want it.
I've lived out here for 20+ years and we never had this.
There you go.
My in-laws bought the place in the 60s, had dogs. There was nothing anything like this. Neighbors worked it out.
Yep.
You can't do that today with neighbors.
If everyone wants to turn into a Karen and
Whoa,
self-important,
whoa,
so be them, okay? But go to your neighbor and talk to them. Have decency, have common sense, have respect. Respect is a two-way street.
What if your neighbor tells you to kick sand? Then
Like
what do
you
you
said,
do?
your neighbors hate you.
Oh, they can't stand it.
Penny.
So what if,
So how does
okay,
she
put
work it out with her
the
neighbor?
Put the shoe on the other foot, what if it was them that had a barking dog and you don't get along and you
Yeah.
can't
Shit
do it, and you
happens.
can't
I
do
mean, stuff
anything.
happens. What am I
You can't do
supposed to
anything
do?
about it.
But that's part of life. You don't have to go to court like this and get $1,500 fines. Like I would, as much as I would hate my neighbor, I mean, stuff happens. You still talk, like, hey, dude, I know you hate me, but your dog is barking, what's going on? I have common decency to go up to them and talk to them about it.
Right,
Like-
but you still can do that.
Right, but
why bother?
why bother when you have this
You're
intact?
just
Because it's
weaponized
much easier to talk to
Yeah,
your
you're
neighbor than to go
weaponizing
through
people.
this.
Well, no, like, or even.
I mean, to go through this, you have to file a complaint, you have to have it notarized, you have to go through, and would they have to show them? They don't have to show them in court though,
No,
right?
they don't.
I mean, and it's gonna get thrown out if they don't, because then you don't have a witness
So
there.
it's much easier just to go to your neighbor, which is what everybody should do. The
Then we
problem
don't
is not
need these
everybody
laws
are
then.
good neighbors.
Then we don't need these then.
Then we don't need.
Are dog complaints and
There are no such things as
the
state laws.
fights, is that public knowledge?
They feel
I-
safe.
Complaints or
Yes, but
injury?
those may be able to FOIL those from the Department of Health, because that's who receives the dog bite complaint.
And would like that tell you the specific dog too?
They
Or,
I would imagine that they
okay,
would
I'm
probably
just wondering if
redact a
it's
lot
like a
of the,
public,
they would probably redact most of the information, but if you just wanted to know numbers,
okay.
Department of Health tracks bites.
So this falls under zoning, is that correct or no?
No, the kennel law will.
Just the kennel law? So that'll be handled by Wyoming County?
It'll still be done locally, but it would, anytime you're doing a zoning amendment, it has to get referred to the county for review and comment too, so they'll get a bite at the apple on that too.
Will they have like final say?
They recommend approval or disapproval. If they recommend disapproval, the board could technically adopt it, but they would have to do it by supermajority, so they would need to have 4 of the 5 votes approving that.
And do we have in Bennington a general noise law ordinance?
Not at this point, but we are talking about getting that.
So that would be
We
another
talked
law.
about that for a
What
while.
other laws are in the works?
Pardon?
What other laws are in the works?
You guys done with
Yeah.
wind?
What?
Are you done with wind? I know we did
Well,
solar. You're
No,
still working on
we're-
wind?
Yeah, we've got the moratorium on the wind
Kennel?
right now.
Kennel
We're
law?
doing kennel law, looking at, hamlet, regulations, creating hamlet districts, and, because the majority of the town is zoned agriculture residential. And then you get down into like Colesville, and Bennington Center,
Watch.
properties are a lot closer together. You can tell somebody, like your setbacks have to be 20 feet off the property line isn't reasonable.
So they'll have separate
Right, so they would
laws.
have, right.
So could this be separate for them?
That would probably be something for like, to consider under the kenneling regulations, like depending on what zoning district you're in, there may be,
Maybe the whole thing?
probably not the whole thing, because this isn't necessarily land use, this is more of a public safety and nuisance law.
I just want to state for the record, I mean, I work at Against All Odds. None of the dogs on our property that have been deemed dangerous have bit anyone in this town or on this property. They've not had any bites since they were deemed dangerous and brought to Against All Odds. So for, everybody else that's in this room, these laws are dangerous to you too, not just Against All Odds, who has dogs that have been deemed dangerous by a court. These laws aren't gonna affect us because we take very good care of our dogs. We monitor their barking, they're never off leash, not in a fenced-in area. So as a resident, I would be concerned how this law is gonna apply to you. It's not just a law that only applies to a sanctuary with dangerous dogs, because every single one of you are vulnerable for what's written in this law.
Are you a resident?
I'm not a resident, no. I live here and I work here.
You live here, but you're not a resident?
She's not a permanent.
I have a property out of state, and that's where I claim my permanent residence.
Beating the taxes, way to go.
Except my taxes in the state that have my residence is much higher than here. Believe me, I would much rather pay these taxes.
Be careful how much you say, there's not a lot of places that are higher tax brackets.
I'm sure you can see my license plate and know that I'm the one that's out of state, so it's not a secret.
Do you have to make an appointment to stop up to see Matt?
Do I?
No, like me.
Oh.
I'd love to meet this band, I've heard some.
Oh, absolutely.
good
We are
things about it.
having a training on Saturday. It's a community training.
This Saturday?
This Saturday from 12 to 1, free, open to the community. We have our certified trainer on staff who's going to be conducting a dog obedience training. Matt will be there conducting that as well. We have a tour of the sanctuary. Absolutely, you can Q&A, ask us
That's on Church Road?
questions. Yep, 2166 Church Road. There was a flyer that went out. Mark Pryor and Maria Pryor will be there. Avid animal lovers. We'll have free food. You can come meet the dogs, see the sanctuary, meet the staff.
We'll have
learn
good
about what
snacks.
we do. Yeah.
I've been there, it's impeccable, it's top-notch facility.
The dogs facilities are nicer than my house.
It'd be a nice place to go for a beer.
You guys have beautiful facilities, I don't think you're gonna hear anybody tell you otherwise.
Right, yeah.
Air conditioned, couches,
Can I move in?
Anything else?
that's what I'm saying.
We'd love it if you moved in and give our dogs company.
gonna get changes to put in here. If you could make those changes and then email them out,
Absolutely.
and then you've got our comments that we heard tonight too.
And again, if any, you know anybody that, you know, you can put them in writing and send them.
As Eli, and I should have explained, Eli McWinney and Taylor Earhart, are our attorneys for the town. So they've been working on this law for a while now, as well as some of our other local laws that we've been working on in the past couple of years. We will probably have maybe one, meeting to set up a date on when we would schedule a public hearing on that, and most likely would be held in December.
I'm just gonna put it out there, why can't we just put this out on a referendum and have us citizens vote on it?
According to state law, there are certain things that can be referendum, and all the other town business is done by vote of the town board. And this is not one of the referendum.
So even if, I don't know how many
That's
residents.
why it's important that you vote.
Oh, I vote.
Okay?
So let's say the, just for a number, let's say that there's a total of 3,000 people within all of Bennington community.
Correct.
Let's say 2,000 of us don't want it, don't want this. You actually gonna pay attention and not do anything? You're gonna listen to the other 1,000 who say, we want this, and vote on it?
What we would do, because we're elected to look out for the welfare of the town, we would look at all of the comments and consider the comments and see if, you know, the comments are something that we're addressing in the law, that we missed, that we need to change. And if we need to totally abandon this law or any other action that we take, we would look at all of those comments. That's why I've gotten some phone calls about this, and I've told people, you know, send your comments in writing to the town clerk. It's more effective to do it that way, because that way we can make copies and share it with the other people that are working on this, instead of just calling, you know, one or two people up and voicing your concern. But so, you know, I'm gonna listen to and take consideration for all of the comments. We did that after our last meeting that we had. We got a lot of excellent feedback from people that raise dogs, breed dogs, another person who runs another animal rescue, and got some good knowledge from that we incorporated into this. So if you've got any comments that you want to come to the town, you know, send it, you can either email it to the town clerk or drop it off or mail it and put it in writing and get it here. And I mean, I would suggest you do it like within the next 2 weeks. And then that way that gives us time to make any changes and run them by everybody, so.
I'm not a voting member, but if I knew 2/3 of the town was against it, I would vote against it.
Again, I mean, I think that each time we discuss this, we're getting closer and closer. There's less and less changes needed each time. I think that you guys may have a draft that you come your November meeting, it may be an appropriate time just to schedule your public hearing.
Who is a voting member then?
Those five.
Jeff Berger is councilman, I'm council supervisor, Joyce Nolan is councilman, Chris Jones is councilman, and Bernie Crowner is councilman.
have that back to you guys by the end of the week.
Okay, I think we'll adjourn.
Can I give you more information?
Sure.
You want me to update this, because this is really old.
I know you. Yeah. How'd you get away from 3 kids? They want to know. Now, how old is? Oh, yeah. There's a picture of her. She was the most beautiful.
All right, Taylor, let's be good citizens and put some of the chairs away. Did I give you my email and my card?
Yeah, you did.
And I still got yours in my wallet, so we're good.
Okay. Oh my God. Let me give you my phone number and send it to you. Oh my God. Oh, so she's spoiled. Oh, my God.
It's crazy, isn't
We got all yours.
No idea what
I saw your blood pressure going up, you mentioned college, oh yeah, here we go. Some of the things that are posted,